What's up, headbangers, metalheads, earth dogs? This is Max Cavalera from Soulfly, and you're watching Music Insider TV. Stay metal.
What's up? I'm Jeremiah from Music Insider TV, and we're here with Amaranthe. How are you?
Very, very good. We had a great show in Vegas yesterday, a little bit of a party, so slightly tired, but in good spirits.
So the tour's been going good so far?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Like everything from the weather has been lovely compared to Sweden, where it's like 23 degrees and shoveling of snow. And like the fans been great. The shows have had some really good turnouts so far. And yeah, we just arrived here in California, and we have nothing to complain about.
That's good. So your guys' new album, Maximalism, came out October 21st, 2016. How have the fans responded to that?
They've responded really well, especially in terms of, you know, the amount of people listening to it. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not sure how much you guys use Spotify, for example, but you can see at the Spotify service that we have increased a lot. Same thing with the YouTube plays, and it seems like the people are really embracing it. And at the same time, it's a bit of a controversial album.
Is it?
So I guess so. I mean, it goes in a lot of, you know, new directions and different directions. It's a much more diverse album, in my opinion, than anything that we've done before. And it seems like people are digging that, but there's always going to be, you know, a few haters on YouTube.
Yeah.
But you got to live with that. That's part of the business. So.
Mm-hmm. Is there like an overall theme with the album that you guys wrote about?
Well, I will say it's much more personal album this time around. So like on the two first albums, we had like a concept and like a story. But but this time it's like much more focused on our own personal experiences, like everything from relationships to, you know, being out on tour and stuff like that. So I guess that is sort of a theme, but it's much more diverse lyrically as well.
That's cool. What are some of your favorite tracks off this album?
It sort of changes a little bit. It's been a while since I actually heard the album, but there's a few songs that, you know, we play a lot of the new songs live, and a few of them really stick out, like Boomerang, and I also really like the opening track, Maximize, sorry. Should know my own song titles. But no, because that song is sort of like a combination of all the, you know, the main Amaranthe elements from the first album to this, so. And endlessly, it's a very different kind of song as well. That was a lot of fun to do with the strings and everything, so.
Do you guys try to write differently between each album to kind of make it different and not like rewriting the same album over and over again?
Yeah, certainly. I mean, with the two first albums, I sort of almost see it as like a double album, because we were really happy and satisfied with the sound and the songs that we wrote for the first album. So we wanted the second album to go like it in sort of the same direction, but you know, take it to 11, everything. But on Massive Addictive, we started to experiment with new elements, and I think that we had taken that a lot further with the Maximalism album.
What's your guys' favorite album that you have written?
Wow. Well, I would probably say, I mean, I'm still, you know, very into the latest album, and I've spent a lot of time in 16 working on that, so I'm really, really proud and really excited about it. So I would have to say that is probably my favorite album, but a close runner-up is a release that we did in 2011 with my other band, Dragonland. It's called Under the Grey Banner, and it was such a massive project, and we were working on it for 6 years, so that was also a very proud moment.
So you have another project?
In terms of Dragonland? Or
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we had a short hiatus with Amaranthe in the end of the last year, like 2 months off, so then we started to write a little bit for that, so it's turning out pretty exciting so far.
That's cool. What kind of music do you guys play?
It's like power metal, I guess. I mean, the band is called Dragonland, so go figure.
Yeah. What are your guys' favorite places to play on tour?
Oh wow, it's I mean, it's kind of diverse depending on, you know, the city, because there are a few places that stick out, like a few places in Eastern Europe, like Moscow, for example. We had a show there in last year that was absolutely mind blowing. Tokyo is always a great place to play. New York City, LA is great also. So I guess there are quite a few. Like one of my favorite venues in the U.S. is a place in Dallas called Gas Monkey. If you heard about it, that's a fantastic venue. Outdoors and like having a barbecue party, but
cool.
with a metal show.
Do you guys like to sightsee when you go out on tour in different cities?
Yeah, that's actually exactly what we're planning to do now. So we're gonna take an Uber to the Golden Gate and hope we don't get killed by the rain.
Oh yeah. So you guys just announced your departure for vocalist Jake E. Lundberg. Are you guys currently finding a new vocalist to take his spot, or are you just kind of riding with people that you're on tour with?
Well, both, I would say. I mean, we've been having Chris Adam from the opening band Smash Into Pieces has been touring with us for the last 3 tours, I think it is, yes. And played quite a few shows with us, and he's a great singer, and who knows if he will be permanent or if we will find another guy. I guess that's for the future to decide. And we're really trying not to stress that because, of course, we want the lineup to be solid. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we are going to stick with that person for a very long time. You know, our next vocalist, we need to make sure that he's absolutely perfect for the part.
Describe the tour life of Amaranth.
Well, it's a little bit like if you guys seen Groundhog Day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. You wake up in the morning. I mean, it's always a new city, but the routine is sort of the same. So grab your coffee, go to soundcheck. After soundcheck, go out, watch the city that you're playing in. That's something, pertaining to your question before, that's something we always try to do. So you get some sort of context that you're actually traveling. I know a lot of musicians, they just stick around in, eerie backstage rooms like this.
Just hanging out on the bus.
Yeah, and hanging out on the bus. And I think that, after a few weeks, that's going to start to chip away on your psyche, if you know what I mean. So after that, it's dinner, showtime, couple of beers, go to bed, watching TV series, and then start all over again.
Can you tell us about any crazy show experiences that you've had recently?
Well, back to the whole Gas Monkey in Dallas, for example. we actually had Batman in the audience. Yeah, and that was pretty cool. And it was a guy with like a top-notch Batman suit, like looked 100% real. So
that's cool.
We got him on stage during Drop Dead Cynical, and he was just walking around being, I guess, Batman. So that was a pretty cool experience.
What are some bands that you would like to tour with in the future? Opening for or headlining with?
I guess there's a million different ones. I would love to tour with the Butcher Babies again. We love those guys. And I mean, I was such a childhood fan of Metallica, for example, and I've never played a show with them, so that would be cool as well. I'm a big fan of Muse also. I really like that band, so that would be killer.
What are some fan experiences that you've had?
As a fan or with fans?
Like with some of your fans.
I don't know. I mean, there's like I gotta mention this German girl who lives in Bochum, and she is the most amazing like artist, and she draws like portraits. And we met her backstage at a show in Bochum like 2 years ago, and she had made like a big ass drawing of each member.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
And it looked exactly 100% like real photos. So that was a great experience. Thank you, Mid. That's awesome.
Last one. What is your guys' message through your music?
I think like the very focal thing about our music is like positivism and to bring some kind of energy. And I mean, there's like 100 million dark metal bands out there, so we're trying to be a little bit of a contrast to that. I mean, of course the dark themes fits with the inherent darkness in metal music, but at the same time, I think that if you're down in life, maybe you need some sort of encouragement, and I guess that's where we step in, like musically and lyrically.
Yeah. That about wraps it up with Amaranth. Check them out. See ya.